So here you're going to try this one on your own. First, start by just copying that number down. You can do it on your existing piece of paper. And I want you to try this one on your own. So what I've done here is I've color-coded this for you so you know which place value is going to go where, and so kind of the format you're going to use. Notice I did skip this 0 right here. There's nothing in that place value, so for this digit right here, there's not going to be anything to write down here. So I want you to pause the video right here and try filling in those blanks. Break that number apart, expand that number, and try writing the expanded form. Go by place value. And now that you've unpaused, let's check your answer. So here you should have 200 because that 2 up above is in the hundreds place. Here you should have 30 because that 3 up above is in the tens place, so it's worth 30. Here we skipped this because there are none of them, so there's nothing to write down here. So that's why we skipped this part right here. So next we would have 4 tenths. Next we would have 2 hundredths and 3 thousandths. And next up is the expanded notation. This is the format that you'll use. So I want you to pause the video and try filling that part in on your own, and then unpause it and check your answer. So in this first part, you would have a 2 here because there was a 2 in the original number. And this original number was in the hundreds place, so it's going to be 2 times 100. Next, we had a 3 in the original number, so that 3 you just bring down to here. And it's in the tens place, so it's times 10. Next, we had a 4 up here, so that 4 just comes down to here. And it's in the tenths place, so you might have written it as a decimal, like that, 0 and 1/10, or as a fraction. Either way would be correct. Next up, we had the 2 up here, so we're just going to bring that down. And it's in the hundredth place, so that would be decimal 0.1, 1/100th as a decimal, or you could write it as a fraction, 1/100th. And finally, our last one, we had a 3 in the thousandths place, so we're going to bring that 3 to here. 3 goes there, and it's in the thousands place, so it's going to be decimal 0.001. That's a 0 right there. It's not a very good 0. Or you can write it as a fraction, 1/1000th. Either way would be correct. And then the last thing I want you to do is pause the video right now and see if you can come up with the word form, if you can write down the word form of this number. Remember, just break it up. Remember, your decimal is going to be the and, so figure out how to say that. That's what you write. You write the word and then you write that with the place value. So pause the video, try writing the word form. Okay, and hopefully you tried that on your own. So here's the word form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read everything on this side that says 230. So I'm going to write that. 230. If you have this right and you just have the spelling wrong, that's okay. Then we write the word and. You're not graded on spelling in my class. You're graded on effort, mostly in my class. Then I'm going to read this side over here, so I have 423 thousandths. So I'm going to write 400, this is kind of a long one, and I'm going to kind of skip a line. Or actually, I'm going to go to the next line. So I'm continuing this right here. 423, and it ended right here in the thousandths place, so that's my very last word that I write, thousandths. And that's your word form.